I'm Anne from Game Like a Mother. I specialize in games that can be played in 20 minutes or less, and this is a themed game list for dinosaur games, specifically that can be played in 20 minutes or less. Theme can be so important in getting kids or friends or family to the table, and a dinosaur theme is a great one. There are 6 games on this list. The first 3 are very much for children, and then the last 3 can be for children or for adults, and they are all listed in the description of the video along with the timestamp if you want to skip to a particular one. So let's get started. First up, we have Dinosaur Escape, which is a cooperative game by Peaceable Kingdom, which specializes in cooperative games for little kids. And in this, you are trying to roll a die and have your 3 dinosaurs move around in a circle and try to match them up with the correct tile that matches the dinosaur so they can escape to a nearby island before you roll the volcano too many times, and then you've assembled the volcano and it explodes and you lose. So it's a very nice alternative to a traditional memory game with a great theme, and kids love this game. It's really easy to play. Anybody can move any of the dinosaurs, and they have different levels of play depending on how old the child is you're playing with. So if you need it to be a little simpler, once they flip over a tile, it can stay flipped over, and so you don't have to remember what was on that spot. Or if you're playing standard rules, then you just flip it back over and you have to remember, oh, that was a fossil underneath that one. So don't turn that over again. I'm looking for a Brachiosaurus. And it's nice because the only kind of scary piece in this game is there is a T-Rex that you can flip over, but if you do that, all of the dinosaurs just go back to their starting spots, so it maybe sets you back a little bit, but nobody gets eaten by a dinosaur or anything like that. And I like this game. This has gotten a ton of replay in our house because it's just such a nice, simple game concept, but with enough of a twist to keep kids interested. And the volcano is really fun to build. Kids play with this game. They play the actual game, and then they like to play with the pieces too. And it's a fun board. You can bring other dinosaur pieces over and have them play and watch out for the volcano. So this is a surefire hit for a young child who just loves dinosaurs. Next up, we have SOS Dino, which is another cooperative game. This one is by Low-Key Games. And in this, you are trying to move 4 dinosaurs from the watering hole in the center of the board and have them, and hopefully most of the eggs, get rescued before the volcanoes all are erupting and lava spreads everywhere. Volcanoes and lava seem to show up in a fair number of dinosaur games. And this one is really sweet and cute. The box says ages 7 and up, but especially if you have an adult playing or some siblings to help out, and because it's cooperative, you can have younger kids play this. There's not really anything too complicated with this. You pull out tiles out of a bag, and then you get to do it there. There's lava tiles that correspond to different colors of volcanoes, and you get to pick the path of the lava. And there's even meteorites that come down, and they'll smash a spot on the board, but then that helps you move quicker. You get like bonus moves for that. So it's very mildly strategic, I would say. And usually we play this and we save everything. It's very infrequent when we do not win for everything in this. So this, I feel like the kids play it, but there's not as much of a concern like, oh gosh, are we going to make it or not? Which can be fun. It's just a nice, pleasant dinosaur game, and cooperative games, if you have siblings involved, that can be a really good choice. It's cute. They have 2 boy dinosaurs and they have 2 girl dinosaurs. Low-Key Games is very good about making sure everything is equitable. So I really appreciate that about the game. So it isn't anything too strategic, but it's dinosaurs, and if you have a dinosaur kid, they will love it. Next up, we have Dinosaur Tea Party, which I absolutely love. I think this is kind of like a sneak favorite because it's basically Guess Who, but you can play it with more than 2 people, and it's dinosaur and tea party themed. which is awesome. The goal of the game is to be the first to get 3 sugar cubes, which you get by correctly guessing someone else's dinosaur card they have in their hand. There's a grid of dinosaurs out there. Everyone draws a dinosaur card that corresponds to one of the dinosaurs out there at random. And then you each take turns. You get to ask a series of questions, and as long as people say yes to you, you get to continue to ask questions about their dinosaur. And then if they say no, then it's the next person's turn. And yeah, you just go until somebody gets 3 sugar cubes. This game, I feel like, can be kind of a tough sell for kids at first, because a lot of the kids who love dinosaurs are not super into tea parties, and some of the kids that are into tea parties are not super into dinosaurs. But when you actually get it out and play, everyone loves it. I've never played this game with a kid who hasn't loved it. We play this with other families. I've played this at board game camps. And every time, as soon as they get played, boys, girls, kind of just a wide range of ages, it's Guess Who, but it's more fun and it's really well done. And I like it too because it's not like, you got me when you guess the person's dinosaur. It's kind of fun to have somebody guess your dinosaur. There's no negative impact to you. They just get a sugar cube and you get to pick a new dinosaur card that people are going to start trying to guess. I also like they encourage you to use a fancy tea party voice when you play this game. And I play this with my 6-year-old son, and his idea of a posh accent is fabulous, and it's so much fun, and we are just cracking up whenever we play this game. So this is a game that's really easy to teach. This is a fun one for parents and grandparents and siblings to play together. It's just a great family game with a great theme, and so very high marks for this one. This is one that you will get and think, maybe we'll try it out, and then as soon as people start playing it, they will be so into it and just want to play it over and over again. Next up, we have Cardline Dinosaurs, and this could work for kids or for adults. It is a game in which you are just trying to be the first to get rid of all of your cards. You are given a certain number of dinosaur cards that you place face up in front of you. You don't look at the back of the cards because that's where it has the height and the weight of the dinosaur listed on it. You put out a starter dinosaur card with that info face up, and all you do, I love games like this that are so simple to teach and play. All you do is on your turn, each player takes a turn trying to place a card into the line of cards in the correct sequence, in the correct order, according to you decide at the beginning of the game if you're going by dinosaur height or weight that you want to have them lined up in order. And so you say, I think that the Maiasaura is next in line and it's smaller than a T-Rex, and good job, you got it. So if you are correct, you get to leave it out there. If you are incorrect, it gets removed from the tableau and you just draw a replacement card into your hand. So I also like this. It's not too bad for kids. If you don't get it right, you just discard that card and you get a replacement card. It's not too punitive. And then you just keep on going till somebody runs out. This has a pretty nice player count. You can play with quite a few people. And so if you have a family event and people just kind of want to chat and somebody wants to get to play this cute dinosaur game, it's very easy. There are a lot of other versions of Cardline games if you want to pick something else. And there's also timeline games that are basically the same kind of idea, but with different themes. But this is great if you have a kid or adult who just, my 9-year-old son likes to look through dinosaur encyclopedias for fun. It is like spot on for that type of kid because it's just so many different dinosaurs in the deck, a lot of information about size and weight, which is like very exciting but simple. And it's so simple to get up and running. This is one of his go-to games with his grandpa, which is really sweet. It's just one of those ones you're going to get to the table a bunch because it is so quick, easy, and fun to play. Next up, we have Draftosaurus, another family favorite. In this game, it kind of feels a little bit like Zoo Tycoon and like the general theme. What you're trying to do is to place all you're doing for the entire game is you're placing 12 dinosaurs on your board, and you're trying to score the most points. Each different region or pen scores differently depending on what dinosaurs you place, and you want to score at the most points. How it works is each person at the beginning of a round of play takes 6 dinosaurs into their hand. You don't show anybody, and then you select one, place it in your zoo. Everybody places it at the same time. Then you all pass to the left, and you get a new set of dinosaurs. Now you only have 5 because they placed one of them. And you place a dinosaur, and you go on until you've done that 2 rounds. You have 6, place them all, do it again, 6, place them all. The trick is there's also a die that you take turns rolling, and you have to obey the placement rules or whatever is rolled on the die. So sometimes you have to place your dinosaur in an empty pen. Sometimes you have to place it on the grassland side of part of the board, or in the tree area, the woodland area. And so, or in a pen that doesn't have a T-Rex in it already. So those can be limiting factors that, oh goodness, I was going to put it in this pen over here and now I can't. And it doesn't apply to the person who's rolling the die, which is really fun to be in that position where you roll it and you're like, oh, that's a bummer for you guys. I'm going to just place this where I want to place it. And it's a game that it seems like people who play a lot of board games really enjoy, but it's so easy to learn the basics of the game. The people who don't play very many board games can get up and running on this very quickly and be very successful at it. It's a good game if you have an age range and you have a younger child who wants to play. With a little bit of help, they should be able to, because the basics are pretty easy. You know, you just pick a dinosaur, place it somewhere. There's certain requirements for each pen, but nothing, they have little reminders on the board. Nothing's particularly tricky, and if an adult is checking up on them, they'll be able to hang in there just fine. So because it is so easy and is so quick, it will get played a bunch. And they have 2 sides to the board. There's the summer side, which is the kind of the intro level, and then there's a winter side that is slightly more technical and can give a little bit more of a challenge as you're placing your dinosaurs. So it just has excellent replay value, great theme, and it's virtually indestructible too, because you just have these little wooden dinosaur, they're very cute, the little wooden dinosaur pieces, so it's not like a deck of cards that you're going to wear out. You're going to be able to play this for forever, and it's still going to look lovely and nice. And finally, we have Unmatched, Jurassic Park. It's InGen versus Raptors, and this is not a quick and easy and family-friendly game. It is intense. It is an intense dueling game, and but you can play it in 20 minutes, and it is fabulous. There are a ton of different versions of Unmatched out there. We own all of them because, yes, literally all of them. I think we have about 10, and there's a few more coming out. We're very excited. Basically, the premise is you have all of these heroes, and you can mix and match who's battling who, and you can have, you know, Alice in Wonderland duking it out against Sinbad or Deadpool. And every character, there's a few basic moves that everybody is allowed to do, so the game remains the same, but then there's special abilities that everybody has, and they have different sidekicks. Their health dial starts out at different numbers, and there are different boards that you can play on. You can play 2-player, 3-player, or 4-player. The InGen versus Raptors was the first version of this that we got, and we played it to death. My husband and I kept on playing it. My son, who is 9, he loves dinosaurs. So the theme is spot on, and the gameplay is just excellent. Unmatched just has rave reviews from people who just really want a great, exciting, like a big game packed into just a small amount of time. You can play a few we would start playing a few games right before bedtime and be able to get in a couple because they're quick, and but a lot goes on. And different game boards for Unmatched, I feel like the characters play differently against each other, but specifically the Jurassic Park one, the characters are so well matched on that board. We didn't, when we had this is the first version we had, and we played it for a couple months, just a lot. I don't know if it was every day, but it was most days. He wanted to play it like every day. And it's such a good matchup. You would have it where, so it's InGen, but Muldoon is the main character. And it would be kind of a toss up depending on the cards or depending on the strategy we tried, who would win. In some of the sets, there is clearly a stronger character in the box. And so you're like, okay, well, Bigfoot's gonna win every time we do this matchup. He's just so strong. Not so with this set. It's a great matchup. And they're coming out with another Jurassic Park set later this year, which is Dr. Sattler versus the T-Rex, which sounds very exciting. So there are miniatures in this box. We brought this to a board game night, and one of the little kids there just wanted to play with the Raptors miniatures. It's everything about this is just incredibly well done, and the gameplay is fantastic. It's kind of compared to if you like Super Smash Brothers, but are looking for something more strategic in board game form. It has that feel. And so, but it's just, we are obsessed with the Unmatched whole world. And if you like dinosaurs, there's a home for you here. And this is one of our absolute favorite Unmatched sets. So that's it for our favorite dinosaur games that can be played in just 20 minutes or less. I hope you have found one for the dinosaur fan in your life. And thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time from Game Like a Mother.